we are going to be adding a splash of color. It's got a lot of empty space around that outlet. So what we're gonna do...
Hey, it's me, Nate Woodbury, here on DIY Experiment. I've actually been doing a day of filming for another YouTube channel here at the studio house, and I'm excited to introduce you to Brendan. Brendan is my studio manager, and he's helping me with a lot of projects around the house. He's helping me with the yard. He's helping me with preparing things for my clients, for keeping the studio house well. But also, we're turning the garage into a workshop. We're doing work on a room upstairs, putting in wood paneling. So now let me hand the camera to Brendan, and he can show you what he's working on.
Good morning, guys. We just pulled up to the studio house, taking care of the yard today, mow and an edge or a weed whacking, and then we're gonna do a few more things like spray some 2,4-D out on the grass for the weeds and do some fertilizer as well. Let's take a look at the yard and then let's get started. But we have got it looking like we've got grass back here. This section needs a little work. Good morning, beautiful people. Brendan here, and with the DIY Experiments channel. We're just getting to the studio house here, and we're gonna see about setting up and getting started on a project in one of the rooms. We're gonna be working in this room. Call it our green room, where the clients that come to the studio house, as I said, and we are going to be adding a splash of color. All right, guys, so this is what we've got to put up on this wall. Got several boxes of these, 9 square feet worth of what I'm pretty sure were originally designed to be patio tiles, but they make a really cool background for videoing. So we're gonna go ahead, let's pop them open real quick. You can see kind of what they look like here, with these plastic hooks clipping to these blank spaces here. But what we need to do is get some hardware so we can put some drywall anchors into this solid plastic piece, or into the wall, and then screw through this solid plastic piece. So we'll head to the store, get what we need, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're here at the Home Depot. Okay guys, so my plan was initially to grab a box of screws down the way there, and then grab some anchors to go with it. But as you can see here, all of these anchors come with screws and a drill bit made specifically for the anchors in size. So we're gonna go ahead and grab these and give them a shot and see how they hold up. Okay, we're back in the studio house, back in the room here. Now that we're here, my one concern about these is that the screw heads, I don't know how to show you guys here, are round. You can see that one up kind of just off from my eye, are round heads. And I'm hoping that they don't protrude so much that these tiles can't stick together. All right, guys, so when we did a decent section, we've still got quite a ways to go on this wall, but we're gonna have to call it good for now. The next section I wanna get going on is this, all along the bottom of the wall, we've got a couple of outlets all along. We've got 3 outlets around the same height along this wall, from this outside wall to the inside wall where the door is. And I've got to figure out, it's probably super simple, but how we're gonna cut the outlet space out of each tile. So I wanna get a line or tile all across the bottom the next time we hop onto this project and start going on this wall again. But for now, we're gonna clean up. Morning, y'all. Another day, another trip to the hardware store. We're back at the studio house. We're back in the green room, and we're gonna be working on this wall for a second. We don't have a lot of time. We've got a client coming in this morning, and not too long, perhaps an hour, before we gotta get cleaned up and have everything put back together the way it was when we started the project, and then we'll come back and work on it again. So let's go ahead and get set up and get what we can done, and then we'll see you when we we get there. Okay guys, I said I'm gonna be talking to probably the smartest guy I know. This is my grandpa helping us out here with the project. We're gonna get the square, mark up.
Have to get around where I can sit in the sun.
We're gonna mark up where the outlet cut's gonna be, and then we're gonna use what's called a saber saw to get this cut out. So anyways, let's go. All right guys, so just left my grandfather's house. He's the one that helped me cut out the space for the outlet on the wall. But I don't know if you noticed, that little section there that's missing a wood piece came off. So what we're gonna do is, since nobody's walking on this patio tile, we do some hot glue on here and see if it holds. So we'll get that on there and then we'll put it on a wall. We're back in the green room with our patio wall. So we're gonna go ahead and get things set up, move all that out of the way again, and get started. Unfortunately, this piece that got cut out with my grandfather's help, I didn't measure it and cut it correctly. So it's got a lot of empty space around that outlet. The outlet's not exactly square either. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to cut another piece, measure it out, draw it out again, and I'm gonna try using a Dremel to cut through all the pieces. Cross our fingers that it works. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a sanding bit on this and sand this down so that when we put it on the wall over the outlet, you can still see the outlet, and then I will take a piece of this wood that we already cut out, perhaps from the bottom here, and glue it in on the side here. It might look a little bit tacky, but I can't really put this in as a placeholder, because if I put it in and then put all the other pieces on the wall, I would have to take every single piece off before I could take this off to put a new piece in. Okay guys, we're gonna do one of these at normal speed for you. So we had a surprise visit from Nate, the proprietor, owner of this studio house, and he's gonna be doing some stuff here in the house. We're gonna get this put together on the wall really quick, and then we'll head out, but let's do it and see how long it takes us. Well guys, as I'm sure most of you know, or all of you know, yard work never ends. And there are just a couple of things we need to get done here today, or I'd like to get done here today, just as a kind of tidy up thing. Like clean up all this pile of branches and big old weeds and leaves and pine needles from these pine trees above us. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and spread some crabgrass preventer plus lawn food, which I've already put in that manual spreader. I'm gonna do that on the front lawn and run some sprinklers, because you're supposed to really soak it after you spread some lawn feed like that on there. But this should help prevent more weeds from coming up in the grass. And we'll see if that works and hopefully green up the grass. Thanks for hanging out today. Did not quite get the yard finished, but we have made some progress. Of course, we got all the lawn. We did a good deal edging and weed whacking along the edge of the yard. Took some time, but we got it done.